Hey everyone, it's Kevin and with Divinely Designed, and I am here with a soap video. Hi everyone. I haven't made soap in forever. I've been just a little busy with work and travel and just life stuff, and you know, it's hard to keep up you know, a YouTube channel and post consistently. It's a lot of work sometimes. So, you know, when you're busy with just real life work, you know, where I have a job and everything, and then, you know, you're finished there and then you have to put in a few hours to make videos and things. Sometimes it's just a little bit, it can be a lot of work, that's all. So anyway, so tonight I'm going to make a soap for no particular reason. I wanted to do actually a particular swirl called the butterfly swirl, and my friend Zahida Map does the most beautiful butterfly swirls. If you have not checked out her channel or her website, please do so. I will provide some links below. And I don't know if she created the butterfly swirl. Maybe. I'm not really sure, actually. But it's a combination. It's sort of a hanger swirl, and then the butterfly effect sort of comes after you cut the soap. Anyway, I'll show you what we're going to do. Let's go over the recipe. So in my oils, I have 360 grams of olive oil pomace, 300 grams of coconut oil 76 degree, 120 grams each of cocoa butter, shea butter, rice bran oil, and castor oil, and then 60 grams of rose hip oil. Now, rose hip oil is kind of a fancy oil. I wouldn't have even normally added it, but I have some left over, and it's one of those oils that can go bad kind of quickly. You know, they recommend you should really refrigerate it. So I have a little bit left over. I like it in a lotion. You know, I don't know how much it's going to add. It's a small amount here, but it's a lovely oil in and of itself. So there's 60 grams of that. In my lye water here, I have 163 grams of lye, and then the total amount of liquid is 456 grams. Now, I divided that up a little bit. So I have goat's milk in here at about 256 grams of goat's milk and about 200 grams of water. My temperatures, my lye water and goat milk is around 105. My oils right now are around 95. I'm going to be using the tall and skinny mold for this. This is from American Soap Supplies. Now, I'm going to be doing, I know this swirl, the first part of this swirl, as a dandelion zebra swirl. So it is where I'm going to pour some soap along the edge of the mold as I keep it tilted, okay? And then after that, we will do a hanger swirl. In terms of colors and fragrances and additives, I have some sodium lactate. This is from Lotion Crafters. It's about a tablespoon and a half. I'm actually going to put that in my oils right now. And fragrance-wise, I have kind of a blend of essential oils. I was going for a little bit of a feminine kind of thing here. I guess not overly, but 24 grams of rosemary essential oil, 35 grams of lavender 4042, and 15 grams of sweet basil. The sweet basil is more of a base note. It gives it a nice deep kind of earthy feel to it. The rosemary and the lavender are much brighter. The rosemary has obviously a very sharp green kind of note to it, and the lavender is obviously very strong floral. So I like the mixture together. It's sort of vaguely feminine, but a little bit complex. So I like it very much. Those are all from New Direction Aromatics. Colors, I started to put the color scheme together here. The majority of it is going to be white, And I have some titanium dioxide that I pre-mix in a squeeze bottle. This is from Brambleberry. And I just mix in, I get this question all the time. I take the powder and I fill it to about 1/3 to 1/2 of the way for the bottle, and then I fill the rest up with water. And I just leave it in there. I just use it as I use it, and when it's down low, I refill it. I don't add a preservative. I've been asked that a couple of times, but I have never had any issue with just letting this sit. I keep it in a cool, dark place, but I just leave it like that, and it's totally fine. So this is titanium dioxide from Brambleberry. And then I thought I'd do kind of a feature on Vibrance Micas. Vibrance Micas are from Nurture Soap Supplies, and they're just lovely colors. They work really well in cold process soap, so I thought I'd feature them in this soap. So I have Vibrance Orange, Vibrance Pink, and Vibrance Blue. Excuse me. The majority of this soap will be white, and because of the swirl I'm going to do, I'll just be doing sort of wispy kind of elements to it. So I think I'm going to soften the pink and the blue with some white, and I may keep the orange stronger as sort of the contrasting color in my scheme here. So, okay. And then I have some glitter, and I actually don't remember where I got this glitter, but it's cosmetic glitter, you know, microfine cosmetic glitter. And this is just white, so probably use some of that on top. I might do kind of a textured top. Okie dokie, so let's get started. So I already put my sodium lactate in. I'm going to add my lye water and goat's milk here. Now, when I mixed up my goat milk and water, my goat milk was frozen into cubes, and I just added that in there with the water and the lye and let the heat from that reaction just melt my ice cubes, and it worked really well. So. Okay, I want to, because of the design I'm going to do, I want to keep this as fluid as possible. So I'm not going to mix a lot here. I'm going to put my fragrance in. And I'm going to whiten the whole batch here. And that smells so nice. The rosemary is pretty strong, so that's why I use less of it. And but I still get a very good hint of that rosemary. Okay. So let's divide this up into 3 colors. I might keep the big white batch here in the middle. Now I don't need a lot, like I said, the majority of this is going to be white. Okay. Alright, I think I'm going to add a little bit of extra white to my blue and my pink. And then keep the orange nice and strong. Okay. I think I may add a little bit more white to my main batch there, but let me wash this off. Okay. Again, trying to keep this nice and fluid for right now because we kind of need that fluid for the design. Let me move these out of the way. Okay. So I have my tall and skinny mold. And I have this little bowl that I'm going to just plop it down on. And then for a little extra support, I'm just sort of tucking these in the back here so it doesn't move. Okay. So just pour just along the edge there. Need to get a little bit more over here. Okay, so you see it's starting to thicken up a little bit. This is a cable tie that I got from Lowe's, and it has a wire inside and it's coated with plastic, and I just bent it to the size of my mold. Now for this, I'm going to push it all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to make a large loop, a medium loop, a small loop, and a smaller loop as I come up, okay? So start on the bottom, big loop, medium, small, smaller, okay? Just staying to the side here. Okay, all the way to the bottom. Big loop, medium loop, small loop, smaller loop. Okay. And that's about it. Now this is the first time I've tried this butterfly swirl. I don't know how well I'm going to do. I don't know if my swirls were big enough there. And sometimes I think a metal hanger works better, just because of how stiff it is. That cable tie is pretty stiff, and I like it because it's super easy to clean up because it's plastic coated. It's really easy to clean. Okay, so now I'm just going to put some of the extra soap here on top. Little Jackson Pollocky. Okay. Some of the orange. And some of the blue. Okay. And let's do kind of a textured top. If I can get my plastic spoon here. Okay. So I'm going to put the spoon down, pull up, and kind of twist. And just do that kind of randomly. Now, this is still a little bit loose. I probably could wait to do this. I don't want to muddy my colors too much. Well, that top got a little bit muddied. Not too bad, but okay. So let's add a little glitter. I think this will help a little bit here with the colors too. Okay. All right, I'm just going to clean up the top here a little bit more, but I think that's it. So, get a little better picture there. A nice, fun, colorful soap. And then stay tuned after the break. Should be the unmolding and hopefully the cutting, okay? Talk to y'all later. Thanks. Bye. Okay, hey, soapy folks. So we're going to have the cutting of, I think I ended up calling this one Carnival. I already unmolded it. I took it out. It sat in the fridge overnight. So I made this kind of late, so around 9 p.m. So I took it out maybe around 7 this morning. So it was, you know, in overnight about 10 hours. And we are now, oh, let's see, 7, so 24. So we're now about at 17 hours total since I poured it. Beautiful. Now, since this is my first butterfly swirl, I don't think I'm going to do very well. We'll see. But I think it'll still be pretty with the colors. Okay. I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's still a little soft. Not bad, though. It is not nearly as beautiful as Zahida Maps. But like I said, this is the first time I ever tried kind of the butterfly swirl. And let's see if these are kind of soft, but yeah, it doesn't really work if you put them together. I mean, it's interesting, but I actually like the way the tops came out. The color kind of muted a little bit on the top, and then the glitter, there's a lot, I put on a lot of glitter, but I like the way the tops came out, actually. and the smell is fantastic. It's got an herbal, floral quality to it. It's just great, and it's, you know, sometimes when you put the fragrances in, initially they have sort of a harshness to it. They're sort of super strong, and then they mellow just a tiny little bit as they sort of blend together in the soap. And so I think right now they're just great. This one's pretty. Then it's interesting. This orange down here stayed super orange, and then some of my orange up here got much more mellow. That's interesting. Okay. I think I'm going to let these sit a little bit and then maybe clean them up. And maybe try to take some pictures, you know, next to each other like the butterfly pictures do. But again, I'm not surprised that for my first go around at the butterfly swirl, not all the best here. I think my batter got a little bit too thick. So when I went to do the hanger swirl portion, you know, it just wasn't fluid enough to make the swirls in there. So I probably need to maybe do a different recipe that didn't have butters in them, or something like that, just to, you know, try to keep that batter as fluid as possible for the swirls. And that's it. Okay. Comments, questions, leave them below. If you like this video, click that thumbs up button. If you aren't subscribed to my channel and you like crafty and soapy videos, then click that subscribe button. And if you have a question, be sure to leave it below. I will try to answer them. I do get lots of questions, so I do answer most of them, I think. Every once in a while I miss one because I get a lot. But so if I miss one from you, you know, don't feel bad about asking it again. Sometimes they get lost on YouTube, but that's it. Okay, have a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.